Welcome. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a brand new site. Many of you have already done so this is going to be a review for you, but we're going to do it again just to make sure that you feel comfortable with it. Again, just get into go.berry.edu. If you don't have the Dreamweaver on your homepage, go to Applications, Adobe CC 2017, and again, Dreamweaver 2017. Once we have it up here, if you have something in here, that's fine. You may or may not have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Site, and I click on New Site. I'm going to name the site. And you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it IT438 first. This is very important. Your local site folder needs to be on your S drive. Now remember, we are working on the goberry.edu site. So if you're working on a local copy of Dreamweaver, I'm going to make a separate tutorial just for this one. So click on Browse. Now notice, if you go into My PC, be very important. This local drive C is not your local C drive. It is on the Berry server. Again, profiles, I'm not really sure what it is. Let's click on it and see what we get. And we get some things. I guess that's from other classes. How exciting. What you're going to be using is your S drive. Your drive is going to have something different, probably a bunch of letters and numbers in here. I do not think it's going to have your name. It may have your name. When I click on this here, if you remember everything that I did in the Berry Web Storage folder, this is it right here. So remember, I created one called IT338 or 438. Clicked on it here. And remember, I created the CSS and the images. So that's where that's actually being stored. We do not want it here. What you're going to do, each one needs to be inside IT338. What I want you to do is create a new folder and call it WIP. And you can make these all capital letters if you want to. This is where you're going to store all of your files, everything. The book project, the project that you're going to create in the very beginning, and also the main project in there. The main project's also going to be uploaded to a server that's going to have server-side processing. More about that in a few weeks. So we're going to create a new folder, and we'll just call it first. Call it whatever you want. It's just a dummy folder. And we're going to click on Select Folder. And notice that it filled it in right over here. What I want to do is go to Advanced Settings and Local Information. And very important, you want the Default Images folder. I'll explain a little bit more about that. Click on New Folder and type in Images. Now notice I'm typing in all lowercase. Every single thing that you do, every file, every folder has to be in all lowercase. If you want to have a file that needs to have multiple names, separate them with a hyphen or an underscore. Whatever you use the first time, use throughout your entire site. So if you use a hyphen, use the hyphen. No spaces, no capital letters on anything underneath the initial folder, which is this, because this is not actually part of the website when you post it on a site. We're going to click on this here and click on Select Folder, and that takes care of that. We talked about cloaking. Cloaking is a way to hide files from being uploaded to the server, such as Photoshop files, Flash files, things that are not actually going to ever be clicked on. So we'll cloak them, and we'll cloak anything with an FLA, PSD, so on, extension. We don't really need to do that. And again, all these other things here you can just not worry about. Click on Save, and you'll get this message over here. And notice that it's changed over here. You could also create a file or folder from within here. New file, new folder. you can do that as well. So we have images here. There's nothing in it. So once you make your files and once you make your site and you go, oh, I need to make a change, not a problem. Just click on Site and Manage Sites. And all the sites that you have created are going to be here. Now, we did the 438 GB. And if we wanted to make a modification on that, we just click on the pencil. If we wanted to delete it, we click on the minus sign. The first thing you should always do for your site, especially if you have a FTP account that you're uploading, you need to export it. So over here, you'll see this thing that says export the currently selected site. Click on that, and it's going to take you to a browse window. Again, you need to find where you uploaded it, which in my case is right here. It may take you right to it. You will not have all of these files, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're in WIP, and we're in first. And it will create a site definition with a .stt folder. Click on Save, and you click on Done. Now notice it created here. What you're going to use this for is, number one, if something happens to your site definition, you have it. You can always recreate it. But if you're working on one computer and you want to go and work on another computer in another area, Barry, for instance, if you have a local Barry campus near you and you go and work in their computer lab, if you create this site over here and you export it, then you can work anywhere. If you work locally, you'll need this. If you work off GoBerry, you'll have it. Again, if you want to make any other changes, manage site, you can either double click on it or you can click on the pencil. And here's all the things that we needed from before. We don't really need to worry about CSS processors right now, but servers is something that we're going to need. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on, when we're ready, we're going to click on plus, and we're going to fill in all this information. We're not going to do that for a while, but basically it's really very easy. You'll have all the information that you're there, and you're going to be using FTP. They will supply the address for us and the port number. They will also supply the username, and your password should be the same as what your password is to get into any of the Barry services. When you're done, click on Save. I'm going to click on Cancel, and I'm going to click on Save again. I could click on Cancel, and you'll get this message over here, and we are done. That's it for this tutorial. Hope you have a great weekend, and see you soon.